guys for coming today. It's so great to have you. Tell me the names one more time.
Camila.
Deborah. Echo. Okay. And then Lorene, Jordana, and Asher. So we'll do a little hands-on today if you guys are up for it. If you don't want a lot of touch or attention, you just say no thank you. It's fine, but what's really great about these small private workshops is you do get that hands-on and that interaction, and then you can ask questions. We have about 100 different ways that we can use the swings, right? So the poses can go in all different directions. We're going to mainly focus on the two main hubs today. So hips and lower back, and then neck and shoulders and the hubs here. Does anybody have an injury that they'd like to share with me? Some people are shy and don't want to talk about it, which is fine, but is there anything in particular? Is there anything you want to focus on? Does it sound good to release the neck and shoulders? Does it sound good to release the lower back? Both? All the hubs? Certainly, right? These are the two hot spots. So yeah, so that's what we'll focus on today. This is a combination of AerialYogaPlay, which is my first program that is like the nuts and bolts of the practice. I call that the aerodynamics, and it's really about play and practice. And then the AYRx program, AerialYogaRx, is the regenerative therapeutics, which is how we use the swing to heal the body, to open up the spine, release pressure, tension, pain, all of that. So it's a combo that we're doing this weekend. Sometimes I do more play, and sometimes I do more therapeutics. And right now we're just finding that, like I said, the buffet, where you get to really just see how I use the swing. And you'll notice, we'll go over this together, so everybody follow along with me. You'll notice these swings are super stretchy. First thing is they stretch out, which is just awesome, so it spreads out. And then they also have a lot of give, a lot of elasticity. So it's a cotton lycra blend, which is very different. There's lots of different hammocks and slings and swings on the market. I was using other swings for about 15 years before making my own, and I'm familiar with most of them, but maybe you have something I don't know about. But these ones have leg loops and hand holds, which are also a little bit different. Everything spreads out. So 2 leg loops, 2 hand holds. This lets us do lots of fun tricks. We want to move in multidimensional space in this practice. I call it spiral dynamics. And so this round yoga mat helps us to define the space. My signature color with the mats is red, but I also just started making these mandala mats. My design is different, but it's this like natural rubber with this beautiful design, which helps us kind of like trace the shape of the geometry in the body. So I like teaching physics through play and sharing my love for sacred geometry. Well, that's a whole nother program that we'll get into later that's called the Quantum Playground. But for today, we just want to experience the swing and have some fun. So we're going to have the maximum amount of fun while playing safe. That's what I'm going for. So first thing we're going to learn is our hooks and our anchors and our holds so we feel safe. Once we feel comfortable, just like building up some trust in a new relationship, then we can really go for it and fly and float and have all kinds of playtime. Okay, so what we're going to do is just stand in the center of our mat. So we want to make sure our mats are right underneath our pivot point. So this is our plumb line, where if we look up and we see the daisy chains hanging down. So these daisy chains also come with the swing set. It's a 12-piece set where you can adjust everything by moving the leg loops and the hand holds, all that up and down. Okay, so the swing might be the perfect height for you, or we might need to change it. You guys all have brand new swings here in the front row, so these ones are kind of nice and tight, where the ones in the back are a little bit like they've been used like for the last year, and so they get soft and longer, you know, just like a new sweatshirt is kind of tight, and after you wash it a few times, it kind of like, it wears in nicely. So they don't stretch infinitely, you know, they're not just going to continue to stretch out, they keep their buoyancy. So we're going to bring our arms up towards the sky, wrap our arms around the swing like we're giving it a hug. Let's just bring our hands to prayer. So this hugging position is where we're going to be in almost all the poses. If you go like this, you will lose your hook. You guys, when we're here, it seems so obvious, and then all of a sudden we're upside down and we release the hook and we're like, whoops. It happens to the best of us, but we're going to really make sure we're hugging. So the movement is always outside in. So inside out means we release it, right? Outside in means we hug it. So if we ever go inside out, that means we lost the hook. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. We're going to do that with the legs too. It'll make more sense as we go along, but we always hook outside in. We always hug. You think of hugging. You don't like hug like this, right? We hug like this, in towards center line. Beautiful. Let's use our forearms to press down. So what we want to do is press it all the way down to the bottom of the ribs, because gravity is always working and doing a great job. And gravity is going to become our best friend, but we need to learn how to work with it. So the first thing we do is we push down strongly and then lean back. And when we lean back, we're going to hold on. So you got to trust a little there. There you go. So it's nice and strong. I promise the eye hooks will stay. We've tested them extensively. So with our feet in the center of the mat, we're going to press our forearms in. So notice the swing is not touching the underarms at the moment. Yeah, if you go like this, you won't be able to see me. So above the gaze, there we go. So if we press in and then keep that little bit of spacing here, when we come to sit, we won't have pain on that very delicate area of the underarm. So let's just try it. Let's walk our feet forward. Okay, so heel toe your feet wide. I call it like 10 and 2 on the mat. So toes right at the front of the mat. There you go. 10 and 2 with the feet out. And now come to sit, but keep that hook, right? Yeah, sink the hips straight down. There you go. So can you see how it's kind of hooking the wings? That looks great, guys. Now, it will ride up into scarecrow. I call it scarecrow. Really, is this it? I'm like, nope. That's not what we're going for. So we want to keep that nice hook here. And if we do, it'll feel good. And then if it hits the underarms, it's not going to feel that great. So we'll adjust if that happens. But everybody drop your hips more. That looks really good, Deborah. Yeah, drop your hips. So if you're cheating, I'll have you pick up your feet. Okay, then you'll know you have your hips. There you go, right? All the way up. And then just touch down. Yes. There you go. Very gently. So what we want to do is rock our pelvis back and down. So if I go in the same direction with you and we'll all look in the mirror together, because there you can see yourselves. Isn't that amazing? So most people do this, right? What you want to do is rock your pelvis back and down. So you're actually tucking your pubic bone under. That's it. It's a totally different position. And when we're here, we can gently rock from side to side and start to loosen up the pelvis. Feet stay at 45 degrees, knees stay open wide. And so I call this like the little belly dancing moves. What we're doing is we're getting used to that spiral or that twist that can happen in the hips. Most people will just kink their waist from side to side. We want to make tiny little micro movements. Yes, that's great, guys. You guys all got it. Keep the knees open a little bit more, Lorene, and just let it happen from the pelvis. That's it. It'll feel a little sticky in there, a little tight, and then as you all know, the underarms will get a little sore, a little intense, so head straighten the legs, press back. Press your forearms in, and just notice you can wiggle the swing down a little bit if it rides up. Okay, it'll keep riding up because we have gravity, and then we just press it down with our forearms, come back in and sit again. Beautiful, guys. So let's just pendulum swing a little, get used to it. You guys are all doing great. I'm going to make a couple adjustments here. Everybody's good. I can bring your swing up one if you'd like. See how your hips...
That's a good idea. Sure.
Yeah, your hips are dropping just a little bit below your knees. See, everybody else is like right in alignment. And it can come up or down one. Like I said, it has a little bit of play to it. And it's okay to work low. And then maybe for the forward folds, we might bring it down and put it back into this position. So whenever I bring the swing up, I bring the leg loops up with it. And the next thing we're going to do is we're all going to test out the leg loops together. Looking good. So we start out nice and slow, and then we'll just get into some serious fun. But we'll just hang out here. Let's go ahead and go right into hugging the swing. Okay? Once we hug the swing, we're going to grab for the right leg loop with one hand. Okay, now this is where people usually lose the hook. Instead of going through the center, keep hugging around with the left. Yes, and then grab with both hands. There you go. Okay, so let's activate our core. Pull the right knee up towards the leg loop. Pull down as you pull up. See if you can stay in a half sumo. Use your core. That's it. Lift. Even the transitions are part of the pose, right? Lift. Inhale, expand, create some space. Exhale, lift, strengthen. And then the next time we're going to karate chop that puppy up there. Just try to get the foot in best you can. It's a little challenging at first, but then it gets easier. There you go. Let's hang out with the knee bend, Lorene, okay? Knee bend, there you go. Second side, stay hugging. Yep, grab for the leg loop with both arms. So we're going to float, our first floating pose, and then lift. Let's do 5. There we go. And expand. Lift. Good. Expand. Straight arms if you can. Nice strong arms. That's right. Work. Make it count. All right. And then go ahead and get that foot in there. Perfect. Okay. Everybody's looking pretty good. I could bring your leg loops down one if you wanted. So if they're higher than the breast line, then it makes it like a little bit more of a stretch and intense. If you're comfortable, you're totally fine. Okay, cool. So they're a little bit too high, but not too bad. Like some can be lower or some can be higher, but everybody's looking pretty good. Everybody feel good? Does it feel comfortable? This is called chillaxin pose, right? So as long as we're chillaxin, we're in the right place. It's our number one relaxation pose. Hips stay heavy like you guys are doing. That's great, that's perfect. Echo, you're going right into it. You're gonna lift the heart towards the sky. Relax the head back into your hands. We call these chillaxin arms. Nice. So let's add a little swagger to the swing. See, it's very intuitive. You just kind of want to rock once you get here, right? So if you press one knee down and then the other knee down, you add a little swagger to the swing. It's called swagger. Yeah. Oh. So this is when we start to get into our multidimensional space, which actually feels really good on the body because we don't really get this kind of spiraling movement, this semicircular movement, right? Just doing this tiny micro movement from side to side will open up the connective tissue. You'll feel it into the hips, right? The love handles, the waist. Beautiful. Yeah, so just have some fun with it. You can make it a little bit bigger. We have enough space. We might play bumper cars with our neighbors. Just apologize in advance. But we actually have the perfect amount of room to add a little bit more play. Whee! So this is our fun time. Like I said, there'll be lots of opportunity to play. Beautiful. So what we're doing, so I want you to lean back a little bit more, Deborah, so the swing will slide down. So let your heart open and the swing go right below the brow strap. Yes, there you go. You can even hop. A little hop will do the trick. As long as our arms stay wrapped around, we're totally set. Let the elbows flare out a little bit wider. There you go. Open up the chest. The entire practice is a heart opening practice. But it's kind of like secret sauce because we have fun while doing it and we're like rearranging the posture, opening up the shoulders, releasing the lower back. But most importantly, we're just having fun. We're going to get strong and definitely open and aligned, but we just use gravity to do the work, right? So easy breezy. That's our style today. We're not going to get too crazy. If all goes well, we'll try Superfly, but we really just want to get familiar with the swing. And then if you guys are interested in more of the play and the acrobatics, we can take it there, but really Therapeutix is where I love having people in the swing. So we're going to bring our right foot on top of the left, behind the leg loop, and this is called a seated pigeon pose, right? You'll notice that the underarms kind of get a little sore, so come back into chillaxin arms whenever you need. Hips down, heart open, head relaxed. That's our mantra. Okay, looks good. Everybody looks great. If you want to go a little bit deeper, open your arms wide. I call this star. You can shake it out for superstar. Shake, shake, shake. Open up the nerves. And then hug the leg loops towards you. See, this is when it's going to be a little bit, yours is more challenging, but if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Otherwise, we'll bring them down one. So, yeah, beautiful, guys. So we bring our chest towards our shin, and we get a really nice stretch. Different than pigeon on the floor because we don't have earth pushing us back up, so we get all of this elongation and get deeper into the joint, right? Does everybody do yoga here? A little bit, okay. I know you do. So flex the foot back so the ankle is supported, and that actually brings us more into a stacking or alignment with the bones. Beautiful, guys. All right, let's go ahead and come back into chillaxin arms. Everybody shake it up for superstar. Shake, shake, shake. All right, chillaxin arms support the head. Now all we're going to do is extend that leg, slide it up the leg loop towards the sky. Okay? Yeah, and then we're going to come into a little bit of a twist. So look over your right shoulder. So maybe this is enough of a twist. That's beautiful, guys. Drop your hips even more if you can. Beautiful. Now we're going to tee the arms. If you want to go to the next stage, always give you levels, right? So if you're happy where you are, just stay. And then we're going to take that left hand and press it into the swing. The leg loop or the foot. So reach for your foot, left hand, yeah, right foot, and then go ahead and twist a little bit deeper to the arms. That's it. Beautiful, guys. Bring out the spine. A few deep breaths there into that place. So keep pushing the hips down as you lift the heart up. It's called dynamic tension. Right, so lift the heart a little bit more, Deborah. Yes, there you go. Lean back into it if you need to. Beautiful, guys. Come on back to center. We're going to unfurl so this leg can actually just pick up. There you go. And then we come right back into our swagger. Support the head with the hands whenever you need, and then sway from side to side. So you can do a little hop whenever you need to get the swing a little bit lower because it will be intense. It's like a free rocking session on that sticky spot behind the heart, but at first it's a lot. Yeah, that's Perfect. You got it, Echo. Just lean back into it a little bit more so your gaze is up, Deborah. There you go. Perfect. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Just stay here for a minute. I'm going to show you what I do with the YOGASSAGE. Just hang out. You can make it like I call it smooth jazz when you go nice and slow, or you can add a little bit more dynamic and play. So the YOGASSAGE looks like this. You can just kind of relax back, keep your grip. Relax back onto my belly. There you go. And then I just kind of help you find that openness and that sway from side to side. Beautiful. So for you, it's really about working from the upper thoracic spine, right? There you go. That's where we're initiating. See if you can keep that space, but keep supporting the head. Sometimes when I let go, it's like, whoop. And now for you, what I would do is a little bit different. I'm going to pull you up and out like this and get a little bit more length like this way. Right? So each person is a little bit unique in their body on what they're, how they're approaching the swing or what we would address. And then we can get, there you go. And then we're going to get a little bit more length for the neck too. So more up and out on that diagonal since you're kind of bendy. So get a nice V shape instead of U shape in the body. And the hips. So we counter stretch with our hips dropping. Perfect. And then for you, I would just open the elbows more. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And get a nice stretch under the arms. So you can always tell, it's like, are they holding tension in the shoulders, the upper back, the neck? The swing I call truth serum. It opens up the whole body. Perfect, guys. Stretch. Drop your hips, drop your hips. Collarbones. Steady. There. Perfect. Nice. Good job, guys. Yeah, so we'll learn this tomorrow, Lorraine, which is the chillaxing stretches. So we're doing some AYRx training and learning more about how to use the swing for the Therapeutix. Beautiful. Just a couple more breaths here, guys, and then we'll move on. We have another leg to stretch. Is that nice? So see if you can keep all this length and this openness when I let go. There you go. That's it. There it is. Perfect, guys. All right. So yeah, I'll pop in and out. Usually I like to practice with you for entrainment. You know, so that's how we learn, is through biomimicry. And then I'll come around and adjust you just to feel the difference and have some fun with it. Yeah, it doesn't really spread out. You can try, but usually just hopping and bringing it lower is the key. But yeah, if you spread it out, it just bunches right back up. Let's go ahead and bring the left foot on top, right? Second side. So chillax in arms, push the hips down, open the heart, relax the head back. That's our first position. If we wanted to add some sway here, I call it wagging the tail. That right foot just explores in this space, and you'll feel a difference in the stretch. Like maybe it feels good to twist, maybe it feels good to turn. Just play a little bit and see what your body wants for today. But yeah, we do a lot of wagging, wiggling and wagging around here. Yeah, just have some fun with it. And then if you want to go deeper, then we hug the leg lips towards us, right? So this is almost like a seated child's pose then. Just dive in, bring that chest towards the shin. So if we do head first, then we're rounding the back. If we do heart first, then we're getting deeper into the hip, right? Two different poses. Flex the toes, engage through that left leg, and then blossom open for star. Shake it out for superstar, shake, 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 and then support the head again, chillax in arms right underneath the occipital ridge, right? And pull up and out like I was showing you on that one stretch. That's it. Get as much length in the body as possible, and then you can extend the left foot up the side, so it kind of traces the leg loop. Perfect. And just add a twist here. What would it look like to look over or under the left shoulder? Whichever direction feels good. That's it. So amazing. So push the hips down as you lift the heart up. Dynamic tension. And then open the arms to a T, and then if it feels comfortable, grab for that left foot or leg loop. And I kind of like push and pull in the space, just like we would do like a twist on the floor, except we have a little bit more space for the hips here. Beautiful, guys. Breathe into the twist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, drop the hips. Yeah, everybody feel their IT band here? Hello, IT band. All right, IT band can be really tough to stretch, so this really helps us Get deeper into that space. Slowly unfurl. We can kick up and over, right? To come to center. Relax in. We're going to give the upper body a break in just a moment. We're going to come into our skydiver sequence. I'm just kind of bopping around. Sometimes I do the sequences in order if I'm doing a basic training so people can learn how to teach like a basic class. But like I said, I wanted to give you guys more of the full spectrum buffet. So we're going to reach for our knees and slide up onto the leg loop. So this is the swing, and these are the leg loops. So sometimes that's confusing. So I'll always say reach for your knees and then slide up. We're going to slide up as high as we can. I call this the nub, where the fabric meets the webbing. It kind of is a nice hand hold, right? So I just hold on there. We're going to bicep curl up and open the legs. Here you go. I call it make a wish. It's like we're making a wish in the turkey Thanksgiving, right? So we pull the hips apart, make a wish. There we go. Bicep curl at the same time. So exhale, squeeze, round in. Inhale, lift. Make a wish. Wish the hips were more open. That's a good wish. Here we go. Exhale, squeeze. So we just like undulate a few times back and forth to loosen up the hips. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually lift and pull ourselves up to stand. If you have slippery pants on, it makes it easier. I had a guy in shorts yesterday. I'm like, well, that's the hair removal. Waxing. Okay, so walk your feet to the front of the mat. This is called high diver. You do have to find the sweet spot. There is a spot that feels better than the others. There you go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lean back. So hold on to the swing, right underneath the arms. We're going to bring our hands to prayer. This is called skydiver. Good reason. So hold on to the swing and then hands to prayer. There you go, and you're in between. Perfect, guys. Okay. So press your arms forward and then push the leg loops away. Beautiful. Blossom the heart. So let's just try flapping our wings a little bit here. So don't worry about the leg loops for now. Let's just play with the wing position. So thumbs up, T the arms. The cool Jesus move. And then just let the arms get a nice nerve stretch. You'll feel it, right, when you come forward and back. It's stretching the nerves. These are such pretty butterflies already. Blossoming your wings. Okay, so then keep your arms teed and right at shoulder level. Right, so bring them forward a little bit more than you think. There you go, there's the T. So that's our skydiver arms, and then we're going to bring our legs wide, trace the shape of the mat, and bring them back. You might need to negotiate with your hip bones and slide from side to side. Oh, now we're in our skydiver position. Just pick up your feet, and then you're skydiving. Bring them wide. Here you go. Arch, arch, arch. Yeah. Beautiful, guys. Bend the elbows, keep the knees wide, but bend the knees and bring the feet together. Knees wide, feet together. Yeah. This is our flying butterfly. Bend the elbows and drop in. You guys are doing great. That's it. I call it fluttering when we bank a little from side to side here. Just let it feel good to open up the heart, open up the chest. We're going to do a more advanced version in just a moment, but high diver is an option if the hips are tight. So this is one of my favorite poses that we can get into. Pretty much opens up everything. Right? Okay, so we land it by bringing the feet wide into the center of the mat. So wide center. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Use your arms to pull up nice and strong. You might get a little head rush. You're pretty high there. I don't know why, but that happens every time. Hold on to the leg loop, so we're going to pull them back down. Okay? Yeah. So we're going to pull them back down. So we get a little massage going all the way from the upper thighs back down to the knees. Just drop the hips. There, we'll do that a few different times in a few different ways. That was great. How'd that feel? You guys feel the openness here? Yeah. Now we try skydiver from the knees. A little bit more advanced. At the ankles, of course, is the most advanced, but let's try this one. So reach up again as high as you can on the leg loop. So reach for the knees. Pardon me. I mentioned I would do that every time, so you remembered leg loops. Okay, bicep curl up. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Warming up the hips. Inhale, lift. Nice. One more. Exhale, squeeze. So we're going to lift and extend our legs. See what will happen. Lift and extend. Perfect. So we can balance. Play with your balance. There's like a pivot point there in the hips. You know, the eyebrows go up really high in this one. All right. So we hang up here. And then we're going to bring our hands in front, pressing the leg loops away. Yeah, like we did before. Perfect. Now we're going to play with that balance point again. So what we want to do is keep our arms out to a T in line with the shoulders and lean forward. Lean forward. Awesome. Now we're in skydiver. Thumbs up, cool Jesus. Jesus move, there we go. It works every time, so everybody saw that movie, whichever movie that was in. All right. Now bend the knees, bring the feet together. Yeah, knees stay open wide, bend the elbows, slide into butterfly. Ooh la la. A little bit more intense, right? Relax the gaze down now. All right, feet together, knees open wide. You guys are all doing great. This is a big stretch, right? Strong fists. So we're relaxing most of the body, but our arms are really working. This will open up the chest, open up the shoulders, really heal the rotator cuff and all those problems that people have with the upper back. All right, wondering how to get out of this one. We're going to inhale, pull our feet down towards the ground. Exhale, sink your hips back, engage your arms. Go ahead and lean back. It's okay if you come into high diver. Just lean back and come back into chillaxing. Yeah, push those back down if that happens. So if we keep our knees wide, the leg loops will stay. If we pull our knees together, the leg loops will slide up. No problem. That's why I like to show the high diver first. Let's take a moment to integrate and absorb what just happened. You guys start to feel the shift in the hips, the shift in the shoulders. Let's extend the right leg and twist to the left. See what that's like. I call it freeze frame. Just hold it there. Really feel the hip flexor. And then come back to center. Extend the left. Yeah, twist to the right. Beautiful, guys. You're all naturals. It's very natural to float and fly. We're just getting there. One more time. Extend right leg, twist to the left. Oh, stretch, stretch, stretch. Come back to center. Extend. All right, let's try that one more time. You guys all did such a great job. Inhale, reach forward for the knees. Exhale, slide up as high as you can. Inhale, bicep curl up. Exhale, squeeze, just one squeeze. And then inhale, come on up, extend. Now this is called Hummingbird. We're gonna push our hands into the leg loops, right? Elbows pointing down, right? And then if we can, we're gonna straighten our arms. You'll see why I call it Hummingbird in just a second. We flutter really quickly. Drop your hips a little bit, and then our little flutter starts to slow down. That's right. You guys are doing great. Head right over the body after. Head over the body. That's it. Ah! I know. Sing opera. Opening up the hips, lean back. Good job, guys. All right, so that's Hummingbird. Going through the whole deck of cards, you'll see at the end. You guys can pick a card before you leave and bring it home. You'll notice all these names and poses. You're like, oh, there's Butterfly and Skydiver and Hummingbird. Well, I made up all the names and sequences to be as funny and silly and playful as possible. Probably caught on to that, but they also really do, right, represent the feeling in the body, which is amazing. Some of them are yoga translations where I borrowed yoga poses and translated them into the swing, and some of them just don't translate. It's its own thing. Awesome. Let's go ahead and try our training wheels one more time. Reach forward for the knees. Reach up as high as you can. Pull ourselves up to stand a little faster now, right? Squeeze the legs together. Beautiful, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and release the neck. Let's move back into it. Of course, Hummingbird is more playful, but it's also really good when we press away like that and we plug the shoulders back into the sockets. It releases a lot of this tension that builds up here. So we're doing a lot of combo, like I said. So let's go ahead and lean back, and then swing is a little bit higher up behind the heart. Even though you're not used to me saying that, right? Walk your feet to the front of the mat, feet together. Interlace your fingers, come back into our chillaxing arms. Gentle rocking. So we're going to lean back just a little bit. So pull the crown of the head up and out like a V to the back corner of the room. And just rock from side to side. Open up the side body. We're going to come back to some floor poses in a moment, but I want to show you how we can use the swing to release the neck. These are some of my favorites. I do this stuff every day. Everything I'm showing you, I actually do. That's how I made it up. I got in the swing, this is what I do, and then turned it into a training. So hold on to the swing to transition it around the neck. So it's going to release from underneath the arms. We're going to gently put it around the neck. Keep holding on. And just take a moment to just drop in. Maybe bend your knees and just let the tension of the swing traction the back of the neck up. Right, so chin in for the first one. Chin in, there you go. So we always want to keep the cervical spine nice and happy. All right, so arms are straight for this first one. The next one I'm going to slide down and I'm going to pull on the swing. Yeah, so a little bit above the ears, a little bit higher for, there you go. Gosh, I totally forgot your name again. Over here, Camila? Camila, thank you. Sorry, I have to Say it a few times. Camille, a little bit higher with the hands. Like up on, yeah, right there. Perfect. So now we can practice on pressing our feet into the ground, arching and lifting the chin, and then exhale, tuck in, and bend the knees. Just try that a few times, okay? Inhale, press the feet into the ground, arch and lift the chin and pull the swing. And then exhale, drop in, tuck the chin into the chest. There you go. Just feels really good to get a little bit of room and tractioning for the cervical spine. Not too much. If it's painful, don't go any further. Just do little tiny micro movements. Okay, great. Now we're all going to press our feet back into the ground. We're going to keep holding on, bring your feet hip distance, and we're going to let ourselves rock from side to side. Okay, so I just bend one knee and then the other knee. If you have earrings on, you're going to have to negotiate a little bit with them. There you go. And then what we're doing is keeping the chin neutral, if possible, and the swing is going to stretch the sides of the neck, getting into the scalenes and all that tightness there. Beautiful. Just let it feel good. Maybe pause at the edges. Sometimes it's nice to just hang out, so we're going to hang out on one side that's bend to the left. Bring left ear to left shoulder, and then pull the right side of the swing away. Just notice if tucking your chin in feels better, or if lifting it slightly feels better. Just hang out on the left side for a moment. Nice deep breath there. Come back to neutral. Okay, sway to the right and bring the right ear to right shoulder. Find the position of the chin that feels exactly right for you. Everybody's body is unique. Even though the tension might be the same, for you the stretch might be slightly different. And then pull away with the left. Oh, so good. Come back to neutral. Let's do that one more time. Left ear to left shoulder. Sway to that side and pull diagonally with the right hand. Just see what feels good. Sometimes I'll come over and do some YOGASSAGE while I'm in this position with somebody. I do a lot of one-on-one work with the swings, so you get lots and lots of hands-on and attention in a workshop. We're basically just doing some basics. Back to neutral. Last time, right ear, right shoulder, left hand pulls away. And just play with the position of the chin, as long as there's, it can be intense, right? And like a good feeling of release, but try to avoid anything that feels like an owie or pain. All right, beautiful guys. All right, come on back up to stand. Just pull yourself back up. Get the swing back underneath you. Take a moment to feel things like throbbing. You can feel like really deep release of that myofascial. And now we're going to do a little bit more core. So I call this training wheels when we bring these up really high, because it helps us come into postures that might be too hard to do otherwise. They also help to like support the head and neck to go deeper. If we try to use the swing without the leg loops, it might be too much pressure. Okay, so it makes it safer. So let's hold on to just one side of the leg loop, where the nub is, right? Just one side. And we're going to let our feet come back to the front of the mat, and we're going to float. So if your leg loops feel like a thumb, just push them towards the outer hip a little bit more. And we're going to lift. So our arms are strong, like we're in a bicep curl, and we're going to lift our toes and then touch down. So this allows us to do leg lifts, right? Which are normally kind of hard. And then we get a little love here, a little assist. And so see if we can do a couple of those, and then we're going to do what I call burpees, where we're going to lift and bicep curl at the same time. It looks like that. Ooh, and just bounce. Yeah. Lift and bounce. There you go. Nice. Lift and bounce. A little playtime in there. Plus we're getting strong at the same time. Lift and bounce. You guys got it. All right, so we're going to try this. I don't normally do this in a beginner class, but it's just for fun. What we're going to do is try to, does anybody here do acrobatics? Anybody familiar with pikes? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Okay, that explains it. Like, you're really taking to the swing. All right, so now we're going to try to come into a plow pose, which is a pike. And just try it. Most people are just going to lift and get their toes towards the sky, and that's totally fine. Just lift and put your toes up. And if it feels like it's easy, if you have like a big swag, just bring your feet down. So we have plenty of room, but we don't want to kick anybody. And then if it's comfortable, you're going to lift and roll back, and then come to sit. So what you want to do is bring your toes to the back of the room. Your tailbone is going to point up towards the sky, and your head is going to fold towards your knees, like a plow. Okay? And then you're going to roll back down. Just try it. The fun thing is you're not going to fall. The only thing that might happen is if you go too far, you're going to come all the way over, and if that happens, just release your hands. and come back into the swing. We're going to try not to do that though, okay? Just so you can lift your toes towards the sky, and we'll go from there. If you know how to do a plank, go for it. It's really fun. And we're just holding on here where the webbing meets the fabric just for support, okay? So just try it. Just do the little lifts if that's comfortable. If it feels comfortable, you can go a little bit higher. Actually, remember to tuck your head towards your knees. If you go, yeah, nice. And then just roll back down when you're ready. Yeah, beautiful. Woo! Spring loaded. So just try it a couple times. This is more of like what we learn in the acrobatic version, but I do like to do it with training wheels because it gives you an opportunity to go a little bit further. It is challenging. Remember to tuck your head in towards your knees. Yes, roll up into a little ball. Nice. Now sometimes we do this without the leg loops, but that would be in the acrobatics class, and we're not doing that. We're doing Therapeutix today. But it is a nice way to learn. Did you guys kind of feel the pivot point there? It is like, if we're in linear movements, that means the body stays in an L shape. That means the legs will lift up, and that'll probably be it. But once we learn the pivot points and how to use the hips as like a wheel to roll all the way back into plow, it's actually effortless. When first it feels hard. Beautiful, guys. Let's push the leg loops back down to the knees. Drop your hips, slide it. Get a nice little massage there. So we're going to do that a few times. We're just going to, now that we all have slippery pants on, we're going to use the leg loops to massage out any sort of tightness or stickiness. So just lift the knees and then drop the hips and go back and forth a few times with, yeah, getting some deep rolfing on the hamstrings. This is really good for, I know, it's intense. In time, I promise you, you'll love it. But for now, it's probably going to feel like, oh my God, very painful, very uncomfortable. I actually have 2 pairs of pants on, so it makes it a little bit easier. I'm cheating. But it really is amazing how it really breaks up all of that kind of congestion and stagnation that happens in the legs. Some people like it, some people don't. I promise you it gets easier. Good. Nice, guys. Okay, just stay here for a second, hang out and chillax in, go back into your swagger. I just want to index the video. These are long.